Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today's video is solely going to be dedicated to the Sabbat Ostara. We will go over the correspondences, the activities, and the altar setup you can do for this Sabbat. So this video is going to be like your 101 guide to celebrating Ostara. This is my second time filming this because I got a cold and then I just looked and sounded horrible. So hopefully I don't sound too much like a toad. My voice is still bad and my ears are still clogged. But I just wanted to hopefully get this out before March 20th. So let's just jump right into it. Ostara falls on March 20th this year, but depending on each year, it falls between the 20th and the 22nd. It is the first day of spring, also known as the vernal equinox or the spring equinox. So March 20th is one of the 2 days of the year where night and day fall perfectly in balance, meaning that there's exactly amount of light and night. The other day of the year would be on the autumn equinox. So the spring equinox and the autumn equinox are both perfectly in balance on those days. And this Sabbat basically marks the celebration of spring. So the light is returning more and more each day after March 20th. The trees are getting their buds back, grass is getting greener, birds are laying their eggs, flowers are starting to bloom, and the life is coming back to the earth once again. So in mythology, the god and the goddess's energies are coming together as one, birthing the creation of earth and its energies. This is a great time to do any spell work or work with fertility, regrowth, and renewal. So now let's just jump right into the correspondences of Ostara. So Ostara can go by Ostara after the goddess Ostara, or Eostra. I don't know how to pronounce her name perfectly, but I'll have it on the screen somewhere. But it's also the spring equinox and the vernal equinox. So those are a couple names that you can call this Sabbat. So the colors of Ostara are all pastel colors. So pink, violet, blue, orange, yellow, green, all those colors as pastels, kind of like Easter, and white. Some of the animals of Ostara are butterflies, chicks, bunnies and rabbits, pigs, lambs, robins, all those kind of spring birds like robins and cardinals and blue jays. And also some of the mythological creatures are Pegasus, unicorns, mermaids, dragons, and serpents. Some of the crystals to represent Ostara are rose quartz, amethyst, jasper, moonstone, and aquamarine. Now on to the foods of Ostara. Some of the foods for this Sabbat is a lot of cheese and eggs, so any kind of cheese or egg dish, so egg salad, hard-boiled eggs, deviled eggs, anything to do with that, as well as hot cross buns, salads, seeds, yogurt, a lot of seeds and stuff because this is when there's a seeding going on and stuff starting to bloom, as well as the classic chocolate and stuff like jelly beans. Some of the herbs for Ostara are violet, honeysuckle, meadowsweet, dogwood, lemongrass, cleavers, clovers, and catnip. Some of the flowers that can be represented by Ostara are daffodils, Easter lilies, tulips, and crocus. Some of the incense you can burn for this Sabbat is jasmine, rose, sage, African violet, and strawberry. As well as some of the oils you can use as in essential oils or any other blends you have are ginger, lavender, lotus, and rose. So moving on to the goddesses. So the main goddess is Eostra, which is the goddess of Ostara. And then we have Aphrodite, Gaia, Venus, Athena, and Aurora, but there's tons of different goddesses that can be represented for each and every Sabbat. You can look it up, there's just tons. And some of the main gods for Ostara is the Green Man, Odin, Osiris, Pan, and Thoth. And as for spells for this Sabbat, the best spells you can perform during this time is anything to do with balance, fertility, new growth, marriage, regrowth, rebirth, and renewal. Alright, now that we went over all of the correspondences of Ostara, we can move on to the altar decorating and setup. So it really depends on how you set up your altar and how you work with it. But what I do is take the whole thing down and start and build up from the ground up. So you can remove any stuff you don't want on it anymore, whether it be in bulk or Valentine's Day or anything to do with that. I take everything off, physically clean my altar because there's like dust and incense dust and wax and all that. So I take everything off, physically clean it down with any sort of cleaner I use, and then I cleanse it as well. So then I spiritually cleanse my altar from any old lingering energies. So this could be any incense or sprays or oils that corresponded with Ostara that you want to cleanse it with, or you can just use your basic sage or whatever you use to cleanse your altar. So after it's physically cleansed and spiritually cleansed, I start building on it. So the first thing I do is pick my color scheme. So Ostara is something that's very colorful, so I choose all my pastel colors, and that's kind of just going to be my theme, is pastel colors and white. But I'm probably going to pick a main pastel color, and I'm thinking it's going to be pink. But like I did for in bulk, I'll probably do an altar setup for this one as well. So this is when you just build your altar how you personally prefer it. So you can start with your altar cloth and then do a centerpiece on it, whether it be some eggs and stuff. We'll get into that in a minute. But you can do your centerpiece. You can have flowers or fake flowers. You can have lots of candles is something that's good for an altar. So some of the stuff specifically for Ostara can be anything that is almost Easter-like. So you can have little bunnies and chick decor. You can have some pastel candles. You can have fake or real eggs depending on the time of year. If you want to color your eggs already, you can do coloring of eggs or decorating of eggs. But you can also go to the craft store and find tons of fake eggs and do them that way. You can use egg cartons to build in it and do a little display. You can have a basket or bird nest, like a fake bird nest with some eggs in it. Bunnies and chicks, like I said. You can have packets of seeds and bulbs that you want to grow in the future. You can have some fresh flowers or fake flowers of the ones that correspond with Ostara, like the Easter lilies or the tulips. But you can also use any of the correspondences we just went over. So any corresponding incense, oils, and herbs, you can incorporate it into your altar work. So, like I said, hopefully I will pump out a video of me decorating my Ostara altar before March 20th. And I'm really hoping to get it out, so you just look forward to that as well. So now let's move on to some activities of Ostara. So like I said, Ostara is really circulated around eggs and bunnies and chicks and growth and renewal, just like Easter. So something you can definitely do is dye or decorate eggs. So this is something that's super easy. You can go to the store and buy the egg color tablets, or you can go over to my Instagram or Google and search up some ways you can naturally dye some hard-boiled eggs. So there's tons of different herbs and flowers and stuff that you can use to naturally dye your eggs and make them bright pinks or blues or greens or yellows. You can also do an egg hunt outdoors if you have some younger family members. You can do some egg hunts with the plastic eggs that you get at the dollar store or any craft store. So a little kind of fact about Easter or Ostara is way back in the caveman day, cavemen would go on Easter egg hunts for food. So they would go out and search for these giant eggs that are laid by giant birds or whatever the animals were back then. So that's kind of how the tradition started, is they would go on a hunt for these speckled and colorful eggs from these different creatures, and that's how the tradition kind of rolled into nowadays. Another great way to celebrate is going on a nature walk. So this is really for any Sabbat, but especially for Ostara because it's starting to warm up, the green is coming back, the flowers are coming back, and you're going to see a lot of animals and stuff that you don't normally see. And next you can do some seed blessings or seed planting. So you can take some packets of seeds that you have and give them a blessing, pray over them, however you want them to grow, or you can do some seed planting. So depending on where you live, you can go straight outside and plant your seeds, but if you live where I live, you might want to start them indoors till about May. So this means you can either buy a whole bunch of trays of Jiffy pods, start them that way, or just buy one terracotta pot and put some rocks in the bottom, some soil, and start planting some little seed buddies indoors. So Ostara is the time of spring cleaning because it's the first day of spring. So this means physically and mentally get rid of all of those old cobwebs and old emotions and old baggage and get that out, whether it be a spiritual cleansing bath or just meditating or doing yoga or just clearing your mind. But this also means clearing out your house and home or bedroom or wherever you live of old stuff, whether it be donating old clothing, donating anything that you don't want, whether it be little knickknacks or home decor, and just getting rid of all the clutter and knickknacks you have in your home and getting rid of them. A big thing you can do is make hot cross buns. You can find a recipe for this online. So other stuff you can do while you're cooking all of your egg dishes are keep those eggshells, wash them, dry them, and powder them into egg powder and toss them into the garden, or just toss the shells by themselves into the garden for a good fertilizer. And like before, you can start seeding indoors, or you can start planning your summer garden, which is something I love to do. What plants you're going to use, what you're going to need, and all stuff like that. You can decorate your Ostara altar. You can also create some bird feeders by going onto Pinterest and finding some cute bird feeders, whether it be made out of eggs, you mix gelatin and bird seed and make little egg bird seeds, like bird egg seeds. You can put bird seeds in slices of oranges and hang them outdoors. You can do anything with birdseed and just make sure that the birds start coming around. You can set out some fresh flowers to welcome spring back. Like I mentioned before, you can create tons of egg-related dishes. This is a great way to celebrate, or any types of salad. This is a great time to do any spells and rituals dedicated to fertility. So if you're having issues trying to get pregnant, if you have clients having issues trying to get pregnant, this is a good time to do spell work for that. You can perform omancy. So this is divination with eggs. So it's basically where you crack an egg into a cup of water and you divinate how it looks. So you can go online and find all of like what everything means, but this is a good time to do egg divination. You can do an Ostara tarot spread. Just search in that and you'll see different ways that you can read your cards. And this is also a good time to make a besom or wand, so you can DIY one for the summer and spring. Now moving on to some activities that broom closet witches can do. So a lot of the stuff I mentioned before is stuff they can do, but I like to do a separate category dedicated to the broom closet witches because a lot of the time they feel left out. So like before, you can dye some eggs, paint some eggs, decorate some eggs, or do egg hunts because it is close to Easter. If you have a family that's not really into the witchy part, you can just blame it on Easter and say you're doing that for that reason. You can create an altar in a cup. So everybody really loved my in bulk altar in a cup on my Instagram, so I'll be doing one for Ostara, and I already have the post made, and it's going to be posted either if you go over on there now, or it's going to be posted very soon. So you can do an Ostara altar in a cup. You can make any food related dishes with eggs or seeds or salads. You can light a whole bunch of pastel candles in honor of Ostara. This is just a great way to honor Ostara by lighting candles. And maybe doing a little prayer in your head or blessing. There should be nothing suspicious about doing this. You can get candles anywhere you go, and this is a great way just to blame that you want candles lit. You can start planting a windowsill plant. So just grab a seed, some dirt, and a cup, and you can start planting your seeds on your windowsill. So a great one that will grow in the light that way is basil or lemon balm. You can do an Ostara blessing or chant in your head, whether it be over the lit pastel candles or you want to write it down and keep it in a hidden book. You can just do a blessing or a chant that way to honor and thank Ostara. You can make an Ostara wreath or table arrangement. So this is a really great time to do that because a lot of the stores like Hobby Lobby and Michael's have all their spring making wreath stuff out. So they have all their Easter stuff out. So you can go over there, get some eggs, some carrots, picks, some egg or carrot picks, sorry, and you can make your own wreath or arrangement that way. So you can go get some spring flowers and call it your Easter wreath or arrangement that you want to make ahead of time. You can make eggshell candles. So this is basically where you just crack a little hole in an egg and pour some wax and a wick inside and let it harden, and then peel the eggshell off, and then you have little egg-shaped candles. You can create an Ostara diffuser blend for your essential oil diffuser. So I'll have a couple recipes over on my page, but you can also just type in Easter or Ostara diffuser blend, as well as making your own from the correspondences from earlier. So this is just a great way to diffuse some scents into your home. So you can make Ostara bath bombs by using little plastic eggs. So you just create your bath bomb mixture that you can learn from on Google or YouTube, and then you pack it into an egg, like the plastic eggs that pop open, and then you have little, like a bath ritual for Ostara. You can include your oils and herbs and stuff and incorporate it into making an Ostara bath ritual. And lastly, you can dress in your pastel and floral clothing just to feel closer to spring, and there's nothing really suspicious about that. It's just that you're bringing back the life of spring and celebrating. So there's honestly tons of different stuff you can do for this Sabbat, but I just named off quite a few of them that are pretty easy and fun to do for this event. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it and learned a little bit more about the Sabbat Ostara, on how to celebrate and what it is. If you guys want to learn more, I recommend this book by Llewellyn called Ostara. They make a book for every single Sabbat, so this one's just called Ostara, Rituals, Recipes, and Lores for the Spring Equinox. There's one for literally every Sabbat, so I think I own them all, but I recommend reading this if you want to get a deep dive into it. I hope you guys liked this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be posting an Ostara altar setup soon, but in the meantime you can head over to my channel Witchy Tips, and I'll be posting Ostara everything, activities, food, recipes, stuff like that. Hopefully my voice isn't as bad on camera as it sounds in real life, and I feel like I sound like a toad, so hopefully that doesn't bug you guys too much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessed be witches.